Well, thanks for joining me today, Ronnette. I am super excited to be chatting with
Sure.
you. Really looking forward to hearing, what your experience has been like working with us. I know you were one of our scholarship winners, like you won a coaching giveaway we did several months ago. And then you've just been working, on transitioning over to fully vegan, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. So, when you started, you came in on a challenge, didn't you?
So I came on for the 30-day challenge
Okay.
for two reasons. One, I just needed that push and accountability so I could get back into working out. And the vegan thing was just kind of a plus to give it a try, see if it was something, wasn't really anything I ever thought I really wanted to do. Um, but was interested to see if I could actually do it, and honestly, it's been like 6 months now. And it does take a little bit of work in figuring out how you're going to cook your meals and prepare all of that. But it's kind of like anything, even when you go just from and you're still eating meat, but you're going to clean eating. There's just a process that you have to go through. It. Let me close that door real quick because my husband's working, so it's making.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Sorry about that. But once I got through that, and then I started researching also for some more meals and other things, and realized that there was really a lot of good, tasty, healthy food, and I always, and probably anybody who's not a vegan wonders, well, do you have enough energy? Are you getting in? There's all of those questions, right? Because it's a whole different lifestyle. But yeah, there is all of that energy and you do feel better. And uh, I think health wise, I'm better. I haven't been to the doctor, but like the conversation I had with you, I was fortunate enough that my husband said, sure, I'll do the vegan thing with you. And for the first time since his cholesterol's been monitored,
Mhm.
it's normal. Now he's still on medication, but even on medication, it was through the roof.
Wow.
And now his cholesterol's normal. So, who knows with continued
Hmm.
eating this way where that's going to take him, but that was um huge.
That is huge.
Huge.
Uh,
Yeah, I couldn't wait for him to go for his appointment and get his blood work because I'm like, okay, let's see if this thing really works, if it's really, something really tangible that you could look at. And it did,
Right. No,
it made a huge difference.
that is
Um,
easy.
the program was great. All the support was great. The workout programs that you set up, um, quick responses to any questions or answers. And I like things that you have to be accountable for. So for me, this was great to have to write everything down and it kind of helps you go back and look at what you might need to do differently had you not been, recording everything that you do. You guys have been great and helpful. I've loved the program and um if you ever need to send somebody my way to say, hey, is it worth, being part of this? It totally is. And you offer so many things that I wish I actually could make time for, so many different topics.
Mhm.
Some I've popped in and out of, some, I wish I could see them all because you offer so many things all the time. But it's been a great program, and I'm pleasantly surprised at really how easy it was to go vegan.
Right. No, I know you were, and I think that's amazing.
I never expected to continue it after that first 30 days. I
Right.
mean, not because I didn't like it, I just didn't think. So, and it's funny because now everybody knows, friends, family, and the
Mhm.
first thing is, are you still vegan? And I just say, well, for now I am.
Right.
It's, and now we've learned how to go out and eat and where to
Mhm.
eat. And surprisingly, Albuquerque actually has vegan places, you
Right. We
know,
do. We're pretty fortunate.
and even, well, we went on vacation, about a month ago and were able to find so many vegan options there. I guess I just
Mhm.
never looked for them. And plus,
Right.
I really do think more and more people are getting on board.
Mhm.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
the popularity is there and they're offering, I don't do those, like, I don't know what you call those meals where they come all boxed up and then you just have to cook
Mm.
them. I even
Right.
see those coming up online now that there's vegan options. I don't do that, but there is vegan stuff for those who need to. And honestly, I thought I would really miss it, like the meat,
Mhm.
but I really don't. I mean, I don't even, I know you're probably going, yes, I know, I get it, I do it. But for me, it's just a total surprise. I
Mhm.
think, I don't know. I just didn't think I would in the beginning that that would be something I'd want to do long term. And so far I feel like I do. And I've just, found different ways to do things and I don't know. I can't say anything bad about the program. I can only say positive things. Everything about it for me was great. From the coaching to the food to the accessibility, all of it was. And I'm not exactly a spring chicken to be starting something brand new and different, but and I even like my energy to work out. I wondered in the beginning, well, how will I have that energy? It just, if you've never been vegan before, it's really hard to comprehend how all that's going to work and that you're going to get all the nutrition that you need. But I did. And I lost what, 13 pounds in the process, which for my body size is a lot of weight. For someone else, it may not be. For me, it is. And I was starting to worry because I was like, oh my God, maybe I'm not. But it got to where it needed to be and it tapered off. And that's pretty much where I've stayed now. So, um,
Right. Yeah, no, I think that for you, I think some of the weight loss was probably, some dysfunction in the gut and possibly some inflammation too. And it's amazing how your body can heal when you're not putting those inflammatory things into it.
well, you're eating. I mean, I thought I ate pretty healthy before, but
Good.
you there's even less processed foods when you're eating this way. And plus, you really have to think about it. So it's not like, oh, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Let's go get a hamburger. Well, you can't do that when so you really have to have a thought process on what you're going to do. And you could get a salad or do
Yeah.
make a burrito really quickly or something like that. But so really, you're making fresh food, you're eating fresh food and healthy food all the time. So I'm anxious when I go for my yearly physical to
Right.
see my blood work and stuff because I'm not on cholesterol medication, but my
Mhm.
cholesterol was creeping
Mhm.
up anyway, and I know that some of that is genetics. My mom had high cholesterol, and but it'd be great if I could make it go in the other direction, not ever have to worry about being on medication. So that's the goal, right? To be
Yeah,
healthy without meds if you can. So
absolutely. I think that's a fantastic goal. And I just think it is so wonderful and just I don't know, it makes me feel so good, Ronette, to know that like the program didn't just impact your life, it's really super positively impacted your husband's life too. And that's just absolutely wonderful. It's such a blessing. I'm honored that we were
oh,
able to work with you guys.
yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. I really can't. It's just been a great experience. I mean, I know every meeting when we were doing that other challenge, I mean, I sounded like a broken record, but it really was. And it really was I don't know that I would have done that on my own. I don't know that I would have ever even tried that,
Right.
honestly. Because you get those jokes. So what do you eat? Twigs and dirt?
Yes.
You
Salad.
know. I said, well, as a matter of fact, sometimes I do eat twigs, but there's a lot of other stuff you can eat too. But honestly, I might have said the same thing because it's you don't know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it really seems so foreign to what
Right.
you're used to eating. But there's definitely a lot of good choices.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, when you give your body what it needs that way with all the different varieties of foods, like your food choices, you feel so much better. And like you noticed your energy went up. And I think that's fantastic.
It was just positive all the way around for me. Yeah.
I'm so happy, so, so happy to hear that. So honored to be able to work with you and also be able to impact your husband's life in a positive manner too. That's just absolutely huge.
And I don't know that my daughters would ever switch over, but
Mhm.
they've come over when I've made dinner and it's been I mean, they're not opposed to it. I just don't know that that's something they would do strictly.
Right.
And then they'll ask, well, what is the recipe for that? That was really good. So um it's nice. They're the kind that'll try
Mhm.
anything and enjoy most things, but
Huh.
it's kind of nice to hear that too, that they're not so rigid that they can't even see. And they're also very supportive. And
Right.
I think that helps too when the people around you are supportive of what you're trying to do. And now it's just, I mean, unless the conversation comes up, I don't even think about it like before. It's like, oh my God, I'm a vegan, and now it's just is,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I totally can relate to that. So I'm so, so happy you had such a positive experience. And I think it's just amazing that you're going around touching other people's lives in positive manners because you chose to try something for 30 days. So it's huge.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And thank you, all of you. And Melissa's been great. So it was a great experience.
I'm so glad to hear that. So you I did have a question, but you kind of answered it, but I'll just ask it anyhow. So if you had a friend or a family member that was thinking about signing up with our program, but they weren't quite sure, what would you tell them on it?
Well, what I would tell them is that it's not a lifelong commitment to try it.
Oh,
And so you don't really know if you're going to like something unless you give it a try, because I knew I would enjoy I've worked with you before, so I already knew I would enjoy the exercise portion and all of that. The vegan thing was just an intriguing thing for me. Like, could I really do this? Yes, you can. So you try it, and I think most people would be really pleased with it. But just try it. It's not a lifelong commitment. If at the end of whatever time frame you give yourself, it's not for you, then you move on to something else. But I think most people would be really pleasantly surprised.
right.
I
No,
would definitely encourage them to, because that's what it was for me. I was 30 days, sure, I could do this. Give it a try. And I really liked it. And then I won the scholarship. So I got to do it longer. And it just helped me to reinforce what I was learning. And I think I'm still learning a lot. I think as you go along, you're still learning about it. And um, but it's also something that's been really interesting to learn about as well.
good. I'm so, so glad to hear that. So, along the lines of learning, this is something super exciting. I'm just ecstatic about it. So, for all of our clients that have been with us for 6 months or longer, which you are one of those, um, we are compiling all of our educational materials into one platform. So, pretty soon here in the next, I want to get it out this week, but we'll see. Um, you'll get an email that has access to an online course that you'll have access to for as long as you would like to have that. And inside there, you will find all of our resources on hormone health, on gut health, on there's recipes, there's meal plans. We're going to update it every month with a exercise plan and some more recipes. And that way you guys have ongoing materials to further educate you to, if you're struggling with something and you're not presently in coaching, you can reference this platform and be like, oh, this is what I need to do and still have that support. So I'm so excited about that. So you'll get
Well,
access to
that
that.
sounds cool.
Yes, yes, I'm so excited. So that's just something we wanted to be able to, well, to just give you more support because you know that's a huge part of our program
Of
is
course.
that support. And so if we can continue to provide some support when you're finished, I thought that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today, Ronnette. I really, really,
Yes. And thank you, and thank Melissa. And it was a great program. It helped me a lot, changed a lot of things, and I'm still super stoked about it. So
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad it was so, so super positive.
it was. Thank you.